Hello, everyone. For those who don't know me, I'm Kat. I'm a wife, a homeschool mom, and an avid reader. It is August and time to announce what I am planning on reading for August, along with the readathon that I am going to do. So I have chosen to do Melanor Reads Battleathon, in which 4 teams in a bracket style competition battle it out for who will win. Which team's going to win? Team of Thorns, of course. Usually, I pick my team based on the team leaders, but that's led me to being on the losing team in every readathon for the last couple of years. So this time, I picked my team based on the color of my t-shirt today. I put on a green shirt, looked at Mel's video. Team Thorns is the one that's green. So, what is this Battleathon competition all based on? This year, it's based on star ratings, mostly. There is a 10-point bonus for books with the team word in it. For Team Thorns, that's any nature word. I have been averaging 8 books a month this summer, so I'm going to plan for that here in August as well. It's going to be a little questionable due to some things I have going on in life, but let's jump right in to my picks. First up, I have The God of the Woods by Lisa Moore. This is a recent release. I believe it came out in June. No, came out in July. I'm sorry. Came out in July, in which a 13-year-old girl goes missing from her camp bunk in 1975. The twist is that 14 years ago, this girl's brother also went missing from the same camp, a camp that their family owns. This is a historical fiction, and I can't wait to find out what's going on. This will probably be my only title that I read this month that earns me bonus points. So it's going to be fine, but I am expecting it to be a 5-star read this month. Along with Battleathon, I also still have quite a few squares to cross out on my summer reading bingo board that I made over here on my wall. So this one will mark off the spot inspired by mythology, and that is Olympus, Texas by Stacy Swan. This is a literary fiction about the Briscoe family, who, again, are the talk of their small East Texas town when the son, March, returns 2 years after he was caught having an affair with his brother's wife. This has classic mythology weaved into a contemporary family drama. My daughter, when she heard the names of the characters, was appalled that Zeus would be called Peter, and Hera would be called, do I have her name? June. Um, Along with all the other characters having different names. But she is definitely a Percy Jackson fan, and so we'll see how this stacks up to what I think of Percy Jackson. Also on my summer reading bingo, I have a cover pick, and for that, I was immediately drawn to The Lost Story by Meg Schaefer because of the cover. This is a story about 2 friends who disappeared for 6 months in a West Virginia state park. Now, this was 15 years ago, they had disappeared. And now they must help vet tech Emily Wendell to find her long lost sister that Jeremy and Rafe knows is in the enchanted world that they called home during their time missing in this state park. This book is marketed as an adult fairy tale for the grown-ups who still knock on the back of wardrobes. This is um, loosely inspired by C.S. Lewis's The Chronicles of Narnia. Look like great fun. I'm excited to try this one out. Up next, we have another recent purchase that I made for my birthday and want to read this month in August. And it also is a summer reading bingo um, prompt, which is a road trip. And this book is Christina Lauren's Tangled Up in You. This is a fun Rapunzel retelling about a girl named Rin who's never held an iPhone, Googled the answer to a question, or followed a crush on social media. But when she decides to learn to live in the real world, as she calls it, she meets Fitz, who has his entire life mapped out. Ren and Fitz have been paired up for a class assignment, which leads them on a road trip in which they find maybe the key to their dreams they have both been chasing has been sitting next to them the whole time. Moving on to a book that has been on my TBR for an entire year, I have Nora Goes Off Script by Annabelle Monaghan. This was recommended to me by my allergist when she saw that I was reading some beach read waiting for her to see her. In this, we have Nora, who's a romance screenwriter and knows the formula for love better than anyone. Nora's latest script has been picked up for the big screen, and of course, who is the lead? Her ex-husband that left her and the kids. After the movie wraps, Nora finds her ex-husband drunk on the porch with a proposition. He'll pay her $1,000 a day if she lets him stay with him for a week. I'm expecting a lot of fun in this. This one I don't think is going to be a 5-star, but it's going to be a 4-star. I am expecting lots of fun though. Alright, so let's move on to my 3 book club picks. First up, I have the Enchanted Fandom Book Club, which our pick is The Last Lost Girl by Casey L. Bond. This is the book that we received in our July box, so if you want to see if they have any more to join us in reading this, check out Enchanted Fandom's box fantasy world. So in this, we have Ava, who's struggling to support her and her sister Belle, who is slipping further into insanity each passing day. Belle is obsessed with Neverland, and one night, Ava and Belle are swept up in the shadows and plunged into a land that is only supposed to exist in fairy tales. Neverland. Oh, and by the way, Peter Pan, he's totally real, and has now grown up into a man wielding a terrible power. There's just been something about fairy tale retellings this summer that have really been appealing to me. For the Book Girls Guide, in case you missed it, book club, I'm going to read 2019's release of The Silent Patient by Alex McLeod. In this thriller, we have a couple who seem to have a perfect life until one evening, Gabriel, the husband, returns home late from a job, and Alicia, his wife, shoots him in the face 5 times. Then she never speaks another word. This is going to be a story that's is going to follow the psychologist who is trying to understand what tripped her off and see if he can get to the root of her problems. And finally, I have the Stay at Home Mom Book Queen Club. Let me try that again. The Stay at Home Mom Book Queens Book Club. Goodness, that's a mouthful. Hasn't been officially announced, but it's looking like it's going to be Quicksilver by Carly Hart. I've been seeing this one a lot on Instagram lately. This is an enemies to lover romantasy, and I am not 100% sure what this one is about, so I have handy dandy Storygraph pulled up. So in the land of the unforgiving desert, there isn't much a girl wouldn't do for a glass of water. 24-year-old Sarah Fane is good at keeping secrets. No one knows about the strange powers she possesses, or the fact that she has been picking pockets and stealing from the undying queen's reservoirs as long as she can remember. But a secret is like a knot. Sooner or later, it is bound to come undone. When Sarah comes face to face with Death himself, she inadvertently reopens a gateway between realms and is transported to a land of ice and snow. The Fae have always been the stuff of myth, of legend, of nightmares. But it turns out they're real, and Ceres has landed herself right in the middle of the centuries-long conflict that might just get her killed. The first of her kind to tread the frozen mountains of Evalia. In over 1,000 years, Ceres mistakenly binds herself to Kingfisher, a handsome Fae warrior who has secrets and nefarious agendas of his own. He will use her alchemist magic to protect his people, no matter what it costs him or her. Death has a name. It is Kingfisher of the June Gate. His past is murky, his attitude stinks, and he's the only way Ceres is going to make it home. Now, reading that, I do want to say I'm not 100% sure on the main character's pronunciation of her name, but I'm pretty sure that I am pronouncing it correctly because this was a name that inspired our daughter's name from another series, but we knew looking at the original spelling that no one in the United States would ever get it right. So we tried to spell it phonetically and people still get it wrong. But I am excited to read this. So many of the books that the Stay at Home Mom Book Queens book club has picked have been phenomenal reads and I've enjoyed them a lot. So there we have it. My stack of books for August plus 2 more that I do not have the physical copies for. I'm expecting half of these to be 4 stars and the other half 5 stars. So hopefully lots of points for my team. And even if I end up being on the losing team again this year, I will have had a great reading month. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.